Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm not going to wait on him because he should have said that a long time ago. So my preset should be set to what? Natalie. Broadcast HD 720. Okay. My frame rate should be set to what, Bobby?
2997 FPS and TDS.
Okay. And duration should be what? Hold on, Preston.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay, and I'm going to select motion project. I'm going to hit open. Okay. So now I'm going to build my lower third. Okay. So I'm going to choose rectangle. I usually make my rectangle a little big just because when I change this to fit, remember that it should be set to fit. That's what they told you guys. I believe she said that to you guys. This right here, your canvas should be set to fit because fit means this is what it's going to look like in Final Cut. Okay? So, I want to lower this down. I'm going to drop this down right here on my canvas. I don't want the color to be green, so I'm going to go to my inspector. I'm going to change the color to, let's do Christmas stuff. I'm going to go with white. Yep. And then I'm going to close that. I'm going to go to geometry because I want to work on, I don't want this to be fully a rectangle. I want this to have a roundness to it. This is all under inspector. But you notice when I did this, it's not moving. That's because in my layers, I didn't select the rectangle. Some of you don't do this. The layers is very important, guys. So now when I do this, it changes it and gives a roundness to the rectangle. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to style. I'm going to add an outline to it. I'm going to change the outline. I'm going to go with red. Okay, I'm going to change the width of the outline. Okay, I'm going to come here and I am going to create a new window because I need those other ones. Santa.
Yes, sir.
Did you say yes, sir? Why would you say yes, sir? Is your name Santa?
Yes.
Okay, stop. Just stop. I don't know why I allowed y'all to talk. All right, yes.
There's an easy way to figure out which the easiest way to, I know the easiest way to get like actual PNGs.
What?
If you go into your tool setting, there's a tool design settings. You click on that, then you go to color, and then you go into transparency.
Okay.
And it should show you, be able to show you.
All right, so let's see if this is...
It's more, but some of them are normal.
If it looks white on the...
All right, so let's see. I'm going to try this one. This looks like this one is going to work. Save image. I'll put it in my documents. I'm going to create a folder in this section. Images. Save. Come here. Import it. Go to documents. Thank you, Drew, for that. Images. Import. Boom. So I'm holding the shift button down when I change the size of my Santa. Okay, so I'm gonna put my picture there. All right, I'm gonna add my text. I can't see it, of course, so I'm gonna highlight it because it's white. I'm going to change the font. Oh, let me change the color first so I can see it. I'm going to go to Appearance. I'm still in my inspector. I'm going to go to Appearance. I'm going to click on this. And I'm going to click on red. I think I'm going to keep the font that size, or that, not that size, but I'm going to keep that font. I'm not going to change the font. I'm going to keep that particular font. I'm going to add, I'm sorry, that's people emailing me. I'm going to add a black outline to this. I'm going to go back to format so I can change the size of this. And I'm actually making a show today, or that airs this week or next week, so I'm going to go ahead and make the lower third.
Mr. Walls, who are those people that were going upstairs today?
I don't know. I don't want to get distracted. I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't want to go off track. Okay? Thank you. I send students out all the time. Eventually, all 6 classes are going to be going out, so I don't always know. All right, so I'm going to come back here. I'm going to add,
You can see that.
huh?
Command C.
And it'll do it again, probably so. But you're right. Let me try that. What Drew's saying is I can do this, click on this layer, hit Command C, and then I can go Command V. And there's a copy of that same text. That actually, I like that. Good deal. So now I'm going to type reporter. This is a lot easier. This makes it go faster if you think about it, okay? Command C is copy. I'm going to change the size of reporter. Okay. And now, I am going to animate this. This is a simple lower third. If you want, some of you are very creative and you're doing a whole lot with yours. Actually, this is supposed to say anchor because I am the anchor for that show. Okay, some of you are doing a lot with yours, and that's great. Some of you are learning to do a lot with yours, but do what you can for now. I'm grading you on the look, and if it's readable, that's what I'm grading you on. Okay, so now I want to animate this whole thing. Okay. So to animate this is where a lot of you have been messing up. Samantha, please pay attention because people around you are going to get distracted. Okay? To animate your lower third, this is where you guys have been messing up. I'm supposed to click on the group. Close the group. Okay? Come up here to the side to change the size of your canvas. Make the size of your canvas 25%. Move it off screen. Okay? I'm going to go to library where my animations are. Go to behaviors, motion, basic motion. So behaviors, basic motion, motion path. Then I'm going to hit apply. Okay. I want this. This is what happens when I leave it this way. Watch. Select the timeline. Okay. So it's just going to come on and then it's going to start all over. But I want it to come on and stay for a while. Okay? So in order to do that, I'm going to come down here to the timeline. I'm going to shift this over to about 3 seconds. Okay? I'm going to move point B. I'm going to move it in some. Let's see if I do that. Okay, that's where it's going to stop at. Okay, then I'm going to move my playhead. I'm going to move it to about 6 seconds. Okay, and now I am going to add another animation. Basic motion, motion path, apply. And I'm going to do this like that. I move this over so that now when I move this on the playhead, does it go all the way off the screen? No. So I'm going to move point B over some so that it goes off the screen. Okay? And so now I'm going to go back to fit. I'm going to watch this. It stays for a while. it's leaving. Okay? That's how you animate it. Here's the other part that a lot of you are messing up on. Once you publish once, you can't publish again in motion. I don't know why, but that's how it works. So I'm going to close the group again. And I'm going to publish this. I'm going to go File, Publish, Template. If you don't have this, I'm going to talk slow so you can write this down. I'm not always going to be able to get to you quickly. I'm reviewing so that you can make sure you get this stuff. File, Publish, Template. Josiah, do you have this stuff? If you don't, you should be writing. Then I'm going to first check off the bottom two check boxes. The bottom checkbox says Publish as Final Cut Generator. That means put this in Final Cut in the generator section. Stephen, I hope you're taking notes.
I am.
Then I'm going to select Save Preview Movie. Now that I did that, I'm now going to start doing this stuff up here. So now I'm going to come up here and say James Lohr III. Okay. So that template name is James Lohr III. I'm going to go New Category. Again, James Lohr III. Create. New Theme. Again, James Lohr III. Okay, well, James Lohr. If it tells you name is being used, just create something else. I probably used it on something else. Create. Okay, and then I'm going to publish this now. So now it's being published, and it's being published, and then it's sending it to Final Cut, and it's going to be in my generator section. Some of you didn't know that, and I was like, it's in your generators. And I'm going to show you where your generators are inside of Final Cut. Okay? So while this is publishing, it's done publishing. While I'm moving over to Final Cut, some people ask me, which one is better to create your other graphics, Mr. Walls? Final Cut or Motion? Either. It's up to you. You decide. Okay? It's up to the editor to decide which one they want to use. If you use Motion, you have to judge and know where you're standing at on the screen. So wherever the reporter is standing at on the screen, you have to know where that's going to be. Okay? So before I close Motion, let's say the reporter was right here, right? If the reporter's standing right here in Final Cut, you have all this space right here to put graphics. But if the reporter is over here, you can't put graphics over here. You got to put graphics over here. So you have to know where your reporter's standing. Okay? So let me close Motion. And I'm going to open Final Cut. This is a teacher show that I have to finish. So I am going to go to generators right here. That was a bad day. Go to generators. Generators under text. So I'm going to click text, generators, and James Lohr III. Is this one? No. Here it is. Okay. That's not James. So I need to move. Now, see, I know because this is animated, it's going to look weird if I move it. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. This is a prime, really good example. Okay. I can't use this now because there's someone else on screen with me. Okay. Because James is not right here. James is right here. This is what I mean when I say you need to be aware where your person is, what's going on and what's on the screen, and where you're placing things. So I would have to go back in motion and fix this. Okay. Regarding keywords, right? Putting up keywords that the reporter is saying. Let's see. Let me go to one of my reporters.
But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all, a good night." I'm sure you've heard those classic lines from the story, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
So she said, "Towards the night before Christmas." I can come here, and I can place that there. And to try to match my graphics from my lower third, I can put something right here and go, yeah, I forgot. Thank you, sir. Did I do that wrong?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. T what?
TWAS.
Thank you. It is. Help me out. Help me out. Where at? Where I should put it? Tell me, Lucas. T and a W. Thank you, Lucas. Yeah, I'm not English.
Natalie said it too.
Natalie said it too. Thank you, Natalie.
Me too.
Everybody, thank you. All right, towards. Look, watch this. I am fixing this because it has to make sense and stay within my safe zones. And you have to see it. So I'm going to turn on my safe zone. So now I can tell you right now, up here is not good because it's going to come into her face. So I'm going to put it maybe down here somewhere. And the color, I got to change the color. Actually, I did red and white on the other one, so. Okay. So now this is popping out more. I would actually add a drop shadow so that it gives it a 3D look. So that it pops out more. Okay. These are things you have to be able to do. Okay. The next thing I want to go over, yes, yes, sir, you had your hand up.
No, what made all of that pop up?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you put on the safe zone?
You go into
Oh, you go to view, and then remember, show title, action, safe zone. Show title, action, safe zone. So you click view, show. All right. Now, one more thing before we go to talking about music, really quick. She said this. Let's listen to when she said again.
To all.
Oh, it's wanting to render. Hurry up and render. So I want it to come in when she say it, okay? Then we're going to move to music. I want it to come in when she say, "Towards the night before Christmas," okay?
A good night. I'm sure you've heard those classic lines from the story, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
She's done talking. She said the title. I only want to keep it up there long enough for people to read that's what she's talking about. So I can do two things. I'm going to show you one. The other one, I don't think I'm going to go there right now just because it's going to take a lot of time. I can add a cross dissolve. If I don't animate this if I don't create this in motion and animate it in motion, you can animate this in Final Cut. I'm not going to go there just yet. That'll be another day, another lesson. Okay? So I can put a cross dissolve on this. Are you going to? Okay.
Heard those classic lines from the story, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." This book, A Visit from St. Nick.
So now it fades in and it fades out. Okay? Now I'm going to find music off of Digital Juice for this report. I'm going to go to store. I'm going to come up here and go Christmas Stop talking, please. It's very distracting when you guys do that. I probably already have this downloaded. I think I have that already downloaded. But if I wanted to download this, I can go. I found out that I looked at Digital Juice during 6th and 7th period the other day. You can go multi-track or you can go standard on any song. So if I just want the standard song and not have to deal with the different tracks, remember how we talked about the different tracks the other day? If I just want the one song, not having to deal with the different tracks, I can go standard music. It gives you the option on some of these. So I can go standard music, and I can go 15 seconds. Hit download. I'm going to try that. Download. Probably going to say, I already downloaded it. Okay, there it is there. I turned off iTunes. Now I'm going to add this into here. If I choose the standard version, it's going to be in my iTunes. iTunes is in your music section in Final Cut. Okay? It's going to be in iTunes. iTunes is next to text and generators. So I'm going to type in Jingle Bell, or Jingle Bells, as that said. And I'm going to come up here, drag it down. Too loud. Shh. So listen, I'm lowering it down.
But I heard him.
It's too abrupt, so I want to fade it. So if I take my mouse, this is something I never went over. I'm going to go over something that I never went over that you can write down on how to do this. I'm going to take my mouse and put it at the end of the audio clip so that it fades it in and fades it out. So it splits the mouse. I take my mouse, put it at the end of the audio clip, and it makes my mouse splits in half. Okay? I know it's hard to see on that screen. Hopefully this other screen will be up and going next week. So I push it to the right so that it fades up. So now listen.
But I heard him exclaim as
Yes. At the end of the audio track, and you have to put it somewhere in the middle of the end of the audio track, so that the mouse splits in half. So now this fades up instead of it's not as abrupt.
for us. Let's check in with her. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all, a good night." I'm sure you've heard those classic lines from the story.
Okay, I can fade it out right here as well. At the end of the audio track, I want to get the mouse to split, and I can fade this out by moving it to the left. Okay. Again, I know it's kind of hard to see on that screen, but this will fade out.
This book, A Visit from St. Nicholas, is
Okay, it fades out. I can walk around and show you how to do that. All right. One other thing that I want to go over with you, and then I'll take quick questions of how to do certain things, is this. When I click on my clip, my A roll, when I click on that A roll, I want to make sure that I come up here to my inspector, go to the audio part of the inspector in Final Cut, and change this to dual mono. Change it to dual mono. So now, over here, it's going to be at -6. Watch.
But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all, a good night." I'm sure you've heard those claps.
Okay. Those are things you need to know how to do. Let's talk briefly about B-roll. I just put this together for the Teacher of the Year video, and it has a lot of B-roll. This is what B-roll helps your stuff to look like. Okay, this is the Teacher of the Year video, and I just finished it. And this is why I'm encouraging you to have B-roll. I don't have graphics because the Polk County School Board don't want us to put in graphics, but this is what a lot of B-roll.
He's one of the nicest people and the most caring people towards students that I've ever met. I tell my students in the advanced path that they're going to be lucky to have her when they get to 8th grade taking that world history class.
Miss Brooks is great. She comes up with these inventive lessons, and I just love how creative she is and hands-on.
She always has her students' interests at heart. So she goes way above and beyond in terms of engaging her students.
In class, she brings enthusiasm to history and civics and can tell a story. Very encouraging to the students and to the teachers to keep your ideas up.
My favorite thing